Hey everybody, I'm back, Mark Reed for Thinking Grow Rich, the 13 Principles. Took a few weeks off from the sixth principle, and actually this is probably something that you're going to go through during your new life, um, meaning that at one point you might get like terrified of what you want to do, terrified of what's happening. Like, just to give you an example, I was, I've never like really succeeded in my life. I've succeeded in a few things, but I've always like sabotaged myself and, but not coming back, sabotaging myself in a way that, when you go through sabotage, you kind of make sure, that you end up, that you're going to come back to the situation you sabotage. So an example, I was in renovation, and I was doing like just regular contracts in there, and all of a sudden, like a quantum leap happened to me. If you don't know what a quantum leap is, I would suggest strongly to read the book U Square by Pritchett. Um, Amazing book, amazing book. It's all about the quantum leap. A quantum leap is when you go from one level to a much higher level that you were supposed to go through. If you go usually through the ladder of, working, getting promotion. But some of us just go from one step to another, like we do like 4 or 5 steps ahead. That is a quantum leap. And I went from a quantum leap from doing renovation, regular renovation, to doing like major bar renovation and being very sought after, a lot of recognition, um, a lot of people wanting me to do work for them, and I got afraid. I got totally terrified then, and that was like about 10, yeah, no, let's say 7 years ago. And so instead of pursuing that, okay, saying to myself, okay, I deserve this, and I can do this, and I can do this, I sabotaged myself to a point where I didn't call back my customers, to a point where I ended up making like really bad decisions, bad financial decisions, bad contract, taking a contract I shouldn't have on my own, hiring the wrong people, ended up costing me like over $25,000, and I basically lost it. So yeah, so you're probably gonna get into that. It's not to scare you on this journey. It's just to, if you can avoid the experience that I've had, if you can avoid the pain that it causes, because it does cause pain, uh, severe emotional pain, and you lose a lot of good people around you, because I've lost people. It's not just the money, it's the customers, it's the people, the contractors that I work with, the people that I trusted, that trusted me. I've lost that. That was like 7 years ago. So this happened again to me. I was like starting speaking, and I was getting these small speaking engagement interviews, and I had all this community that was like recognizing me, and okay, Mark, you can do this, we trust you, blah blah blah. And I got afraid. I got terrified, because that's not my usual type of life. My usual type of life is working in the shallows, working in the shadows. Sorry, like working like not being up there, not being too recognized, not showing myself out to the world too much, and that's what was starting to happen. So I just got loud, and I was getting all these recognition, and I was starting to like to really move up into my speaker career as I went. So I got terrified, and something shut down inside me. The paradigm just hit me like crazy, and something shut down inside me. And so I ended up going to my old habit, like just working 9 to 5. Well, not really, because I was doing renovation work again. So it's just like the schedule of renovation. And but I was like, it's been like for 3 weeks now that I've been into that state of mind where I sabotage myself. I'm like kind of hurting myself. I'm kind of putting myself down, not seeing the reality of who I was, which is a child of most God with unlimited potential. And I was sitting on my couch this morning watching TV, which is in my old habits when I'm off, when I don't have any contracts, I like pass the time watching TV, and not usually good shows, like violent shows like CSI, Criminal Minds, stuff like that. and it's not really good for your mind to expand in a more positive, loving way. So when I was sitting and it's like I have this vision life for myself. I have like I want to help kids come out of jail by speaking engagements. I want to help kids by sailing assignment projects. I want to help animals by a sanctuary project. I've got all these dreams, these visions for my life ahead. And actually, I have had all the contacts that I need to do so. I've got all the what I need. I got all the resources I need to do so. And which if there's some that I don't have, which some I don't have actually, to be honest. I have a few connections. I have a few resources, but the universe has all that inside me. The universe has all that, those resources, those people, the money. It's all out there. It's all out there. It's just there for the grabbing. It's there for the taking. And you have to ask for it, and you have to concentrate on it, focus on it, like it was said in the first principle, the imagination, the decision, and you have to keep on believing, have faith. So today we're going to talk about decision. And today, well, yeah, I'm back here. So I was sitting there, and there was like inside me was all these animals, all these kids, all these people. They're suffering because I'm not putting myself out. There are people out there that need me. There are people out there that need you to help them. You are made for one reason. You are made to help others to be better in any which way you can. And people are waiting out there for you. People are waiting to get in contact with you, to hear from you, to hear your speaking engagements, to hear your programs you're going to build, to take advantage of the nonprofit organization you're going to build. And once you realize that, I was sitting there realizing that, and I just couldn't sit anymore. I was just like, okay, people are hurting because I'm not out there. I'm sitting on my couch like a selfish prick. Sorry for the word, but that's what it was. Not to bang myself on the head, but that's what that's the reality of it. And I would just kept on creeping up in my thing, coming up inside me. Hey, you're not doing this. People are waiting. People are dying. Animals are dying. There's things happening that you could avoid if you were out there helping. You know, I don't know if you saw the Schindler's List. It's an amazing movie, like very, very difficult movie to watch emotionally. It's with Liam Neeson, amazing actor that I met once. I was really lucky. And he, at the end of the movie, he said, watch the movie. Just a fast resume. He's taking off his rings to try to sell more people with the money that he has. He's a rich guy, blah, blah, blah. But that's what I was feeling like. It's like, okay, what can I do more? This morning I was sitting down and just like, I can't go. So I'm back. So the power of decision. I made a decision to help people. So we're going to do the screen sharing. It's going to be a quick one today. Because I don't want to, like I say in every video, I don't want to take too much of your time. So today it's the power of the decision. It's the 7 steps towards riches. So we went through all that already. It's all on the other videos if you want to go check it out. So we went through desire, faith, auto-suggestion, specialized knowledge, imagination, organized planning, decision. Decision. That is so important. The mystery of procrastination. We are so good at that. It is so good. And one of my mentors always tells me, must go towards the thing. Procrastination was just putting something off that we know that we have to do, that sometimes is going to cause us discomfort, emotional pain, whatever. If it's forgiveness, you have to go through, call somebody and tell them you're sorry, or forgive somebody, and it's going to bring up emotions. Or you have to do, I don't know, cleaning the house, and it just doesn't, you don't feel like it. But procrastination is you're running away from the pain that this situation might cause you. Building a business, growing a career in any kind of endeavors, any kind of field is going to bring you pain. It's positive pain because you're building something, but you're going to go through situations that are going to hurt. You're going to have to let go of things that you are used to. You're probably going to have to let go of people also. You're probably going to have to let go of your security. That will make you very uncomfortable, and being uncomfortable is some kind of a pain. So procrastination, that's what we do. We just push away the pain. And my mentor keeps on telling me, go towards the pain. Not go hurt myself. But if I'm building something worthwhile with, that's going to help people, and there's things that I'm afraid of, there's the pain, there's some pains that I know that I have to go through that I'm pushing off, well, I'm not going to make it. And my mentor says, go towards those things. Don't, go to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's where a lot of people, they just give up because they start being uncomfortable. I know that must not be right if I'm uncomfortable, but that's the opposite. If you're uncomfortable, it's because you're doing something right. And if you're sitting on your couch and you're security and you're comfortable, you're not growing. So, and growing is pain. When babies grow their teeth, they're in total pain. So it's the same principle. So we have to get away from procrastination. We have to go towards the pain. So lack of decision is cause of major failure. Major causes of failure. Major procrastination is the opposite of decision. It's common enemy which virtually every man must conquer. And it is not easy. I'm a pro. I used to be, up until now, I was a pro on procrastination, putting things off, always putting things off. Like I'm supposed to move, like another example, I put down on my calendar to move to BC on the 16th of October. It's in 5 days, actually, 4 days. And I haven't done nothing for it because I was afraid, living my comfort. And I know that the day that I'm going to make that move, things are really going to start happening to me because it's inside me. I feel it. So procrastination or not making a decision can be caused by many reasons. Most common are paradigms of fear, or doubts, habits, and behaviors. These are things we're going to have to face and let go. So most successful people have the habit of reaching a decision properly and of changing decision slowly. So when you see something good for you, one of my mentors, the same one, he keeps on telling me, do it now. You have an intuition, do it now if you can. If you're driving and it says you have to write down something, well, you can take your phone and record it in order to do it later. Or your intuition tells you to call somebody. Your intuition tells you to write somebody, write something, or write to someone, or do this task, or do this thing. Well, why? We're really good human beings. We're really good at, I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow, and then later comes, I'll do it tomorrow, and then you get into the habit of postponing and postponing, and then your apartment looks like a pigsty because you postpone, doing your cleaning. So. And that's basically on everything. So don't listen to other people's opinion, including your friends and family who don't understand your dream. That's very important. Very, very so important. People will be either your best friends or your best enemies when you're doing a dream. If people start criticizing your dream, telling you, you never did in business, you cannot do that. What are you thinking about? Les Brown. I'm listening to an audio regularly of him. And all his family and friends were telling him, boy, you're going to be financially independent and you don't even have a job, because the guy wasn't always a speaker as he is today. He started living on the floor of an apartment, of a business building. He rented a business business office, and he was sleeping on the floor. And they took his car back. They were going to cut his phone off, when he started. But people kept telling him. And you're going to think you're crazy at one point because people keep telling you you're crazy, get back to work, get a job. He held on to his decision. And that's the most important point here. Hold on to your decision. Whatever is going to happen, hold on to your decision. Now, see, right now, I'm holding on to my decision. I'm back there. So you only trust the people who have your best interests at heart, especially your mastermind group. We're going to talk about mastermind a little later, but a mastermind group is so important. The people that believe in this type of thought, of mindset, people who believe, they know more than you know of what you can do. They know that what you are today is not your reality. What you are today is just a human being which is growing, and they know the potential that you have inside of us, and we all have the same potential. It's not you're better than another one. We all have the same creation potential. We are all childhood, almost like God, a child of the universe with creative powers, like immense creative power. A lot of a lot of very, very enlightened people say that we're not afraid to fail. Most of us are afraid of the light that is inside of us, how bright it can shine. So make a decision, make your own decision, do your own research, only trust and trust only those people who care about your success, who want you to succeed. You know, who are not jealous, who are not going to tell you you can't do this, can't do that. And the most important thing, trust your intuition. Meditate, meditate. Find that little voice inside of you that says you can do it, and let it direct you, and do what it says. So big decision often requires courage and risks. So like my move to BC, I want to move. So of course I'm risking. You know, all my friends, family is here, and I have an apartment that's very cheap. You know, I'm all settled in. My neighbors are amazing. You know, I can work. So why would I want to move there? Well, because inside of me tells me get the fuck out of here and move there. So big decision often requires courage and risks. So those who reach decision properly and firmly know what they want and generally get it. The majority of strong leaders make decisions quickly and firmly. The world has the habit of making room for man whose words and actions show that he knows where he's going. Indecision is a habit which usually begins in youth that carries through adulthood. If you weren't like a kid who were encouraged or were like solidified emotionally by his surroundings towards making a decision, you're probably one of those. I was one of those. The major weakness of the educational system is that neither teach or encourage the habit of making definite decisions. They just teach us to learn. That's it. So, person who reaches a definite decision to procure a particular job, make life pay the price he asks. You are going to make the life pay the price you ask. Does not stake his life on that decision. He takes his economic freedom. You know, if you really look at that saying, is if you write down, like at the beginning, you write down your dream, you imagine it, you visualize it, you build faith on it by repetition, and you make a decision to go towards your dream and not falter. Of course, you will have times where you just want to quit, and that is totally normal. Don't bang yourself on the head. There will be times when you just, okay, I can't, this is too much. And just keep it up. And when you keep it up, life is just going to give it to you. It's going to bring you people, it's going to bring you the money from places you haven't even imagined. And that's what Price Pritchett says in his book also. It says, rely on unseen forces. There's a whole universe out there, the whole energy of the universe, which is all knowing and all giving. The universe wants you to be happy, wants you to be successful, wants you to be abundant. So once a person makes a decision to do something, he needs to commit and do whatever it takes to accomplish that task. Otherwise, he may compromise his financial freedom or future opportunity. So if you're just lukewarm, it's not going to work. Financial independence, riches, and desirable businesses and professional situations are not within the reach of the person who neglects to refuse to expect, plan, and demand these things. You have to expect. You have to demand the universe. You have to say to the universe, that's what I want. Napoleon Hill, just for the title of his book, Think and Grow Rich, he battled with his subconscious mind. He just like shouted it, give me a title, give me $1 million title. And now it's a multi-million-dollar title. So you demand, you know. Translation, financial independence is not within your reach if you're not willing to find out your desire, make a decision to pursue, plan, and take action. So it's not like me when I was sitting on my couch. We tend to have the habits of learning or going through the motion and not applying what we learn to reproduce what we want, the results we want. So in order to attain a great fortune, no one individual can achieve their big goals by him or herself. You need people around you, people who believe you. Observations, no individual has sufficient experience, education, native abilities, and knowledge to ensure the accumulation of a great fortune without the cooperation of other people. Every plan you adopt in your endeavor to accumulate wealth should be joint creation, should be the joint creation of yourself and every other member of your mastermind group. So, like I say, find yourself a mastermind group. If you need a mastermind group, I can suggest many. Just go on the Noble Golden page. Noble Golden. It's there's 6,400 people who all have dreams, who share their dreams, and support each other. It's the best place for that. You may imagine your own plans, either in whole or in part, but see that those plans are checked and approved by the members of your mastermind alliance. Okay, that's very important. When they're checked and approved, meaning, okay, you have to have a solid plan. And if your plan is ridiculous, you have to be able to listen. You know, if your plan is not going to work, because and it's not being stupid, it's just you doing something new. You know, like me, if I want to be a speaker, you know, if I go to Xerox or I go to Remax or I go to Bombardier or I go to any, you know, any huge mega company, and I have no background, I have no reference in speaking, I'm going to be shut down. And if I just keep on trying that, I'm going to be shut down so many times that at one point I'm just going to say, that's it. That's it for my speaking career. Nobody wants to hear me. But if I start smaller and build on that and build credibility and build references and build knowledge and listen to other speakers and get intuition and talk to other speakers and, you know, learn about my trade even more and more and get deeper and get more and more confident, then I will be able to go to those companies and make a difference. But right now, if I go, I'm going to be like, even if they put me on the stage in one of those companies right now, my self-confidence in myself in that domain is not big enough. And these guys will see that. And I will lose all credibility. And it goes fast. This is a small world. So, two important factors to succeed around me with the method. Followed by every person who has accumulated a great fortune. When you're engaging an undertaking of major importance to be sure of success, you must have plans which are faultless. Well, our plans will go and measurable milestones. Measurable milestones. Okay, let's say you want to earn $5 million in 5 years. So that means that in 1 year, you're going to have to make $1 million. So that means that in 12 months, you're going to have to make a certain amount. So in a month, you're going to have to make a certain amount. So in a week, you're going to have to make a certain amount. In a day, you're going to have to make a certain amount. And in an hour, you're going to have to make a certain amount. So that's how you reduce. You know, you're not talking about 5 million anymore. You're probably talking about, I don't want to count it, but you're probably talking about like $500 an hour. You know, so how do you get to making $500 an hour? Well, there's many ways. So ask your subconscious mind to write a book. You know, you can become so good in your field that you're, you know, so focused on your field, so knowledgeable of your field, or a master of your field, that you're probably going to be the only one they're going to be able to call. So then you're going to be able to charge that kind of money. I'll become a lawyer. You must have the advantage to experience education, negativity, and imagination of other lives. So that's mastermind grouping also, is you get the input from other people who are in the same mindset as you are. Okay, so in conclusion, you must decide, commit, plan, and take action. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe the mind can achieve. So, okay, so what are the challenges of making decisions to get what you want in life? You already went through that. So write it down. How do you apply what you learned today so you can turn your dreams into reality? Take the time to do some introspection. It's going to help get this thing inside your subconscious mind. So that's the whole point, is to get this all this information in your subconscious mind. And at one point, you know, let's say you read like 3 books a month. Okay, whatever you're reading, eventually it's going to go into your subconscious mind, and this is what it's going to come out. You know, if you look at violent TV, uh, it's what's going to come out. If you always are in negative surrounding, it's what's going to come out of your mouth. If you keep on positive surroundings, listening to positive things all the time, most of the time, your subconscious mind is going to record it, and that's what's going to come. That's basically it. So I hope it helps you. It helped me. That's how it goes. Eh? You help people, it helps you. Sometimes more than what you think you're doing to others. It helps you a lot more. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to start restart. So we still have 6 principles to do plus 2 bonuses. So we have 8 times together. So all the best to you. Thank you for being there, and please share this. Please share this. Not so I can get known, so the information gets out there. So many people need that kind of information. I love you all. Take care.